We inherently believe that man and nature is connected. And along the way, we got disconnected with it. Our goal is to kind of merge it back. So I'm Erick Yambao. I am the principal landscape architect and founder of Hortus, which is under Pluntur Group. Hortus focuses on high-end residential projects. Initially, when we started the company, it was really born out of frustration and seeing a lot of good architecture ruined by bad landscaping. And I did 3 years of architecture. After that, I shifted to landscape architecture. And that was the initial approach, was really to kind of align how we design our outdoor spaces with the process of the architects, with the look and the design language of the architecture. So the brief was to create an outdoor space that kind of feels like a Singapore garden. So they bought an adjacent lot, same size as the previous lot, which is around 2,000 square meters. And the idea was just to create a park out of it. And we want to make sure that there's interaction between the space and the users. So we were intentional in putting pathwalks around the area in the middle, nooks and crannies where we feel like normally people wouldn't go to, and created some nice features on the side. They also have a pavilion which they use for showcase garage. And we want to kind of integrate that pavilion with the house that they already have and create an open space where the two of that can be married. And also we wanted some transition from the tall date palms down to the lawn. There was really a play of levels and also a play of textures, meaning not just with the plants but also with the texture of the space. So of course there's pebbles, there's fine leaves with the yellow peanut, with the decking. We didn't want to do just the open space and then like tiles all around, right? We wanted to make sure that when you go to a certain area, there's a certain experience to it. For every single client that we talk to, no matter where we are in the phase of the project, we tell them the benefits of nature. Also working with architects, we tend to suggest like openings, doors, windows, etc., where we feel like nature could flow a little bit more with the house. And to me, like that purpose or that advocacy or that value is really inculcated and integrated in the way we do things internally. And I hope that with all the small things that we're doing, not just on the operation side or with the design, right? But when we do marketing, right? When we post on social media, when we also talk to the clients, preparing them for the design process, right? We hope that all those small things will help them realize that, oh, nature is actually not just this, right? It could be that. When we talk landscape or nature, it's actually bigger than that. It's the air that we breathe, the sky that we see, even the environment around it, the trees around it, that sometimes outside your own property, kind of creates that whole vibe and environment. And our part is to be more conscious of that, right? How do we create an environment here that doesn't feel like it's disconnected with the rest of the areas? things under that we normally don't see. For example, utilities, drainage, lighting, irrigation. These are the things that help with the overall experience. Lighting for sure with the overall feel. Drainage to make sure that we don't have those small pondings. Irrigation to make sure that plants are watered properly. Everyone grinds like most of the week, but where do you find peace? And that's what we want to do. So if you go out of Manila, it's normal. If you go to the mountains, the beach, it's fine, right? I mean, that's the way we kind of recharge. But again, most of our clients are in the city. And how do you find that there? More and more people appreciate that awareness a little bit more, especially after the pandemic. And we start craving for that connection again. So that's essentially what we do. We reconnect people with nature, and for this case, families with nature, right?
For more insightful videos on design, subscribe to Design Will Save the World.